Alright, I'm finally doing the video. Okay, so the first thing that we talked about today, I'm gonna do this as like an intro video, just to swimming in general, and share a little bit of the things that we talked about today, because the drills that we did today were very like foundational and are a great way to like kind of help get your stroke on track through, and it's a good thing to keep doing, but they don't make any sense if you're doing it wrong. So, and it won't help you if you do it wrong. So, okay, the first thing that we talked about today was Streamline. And so Streamline is more than a concept of just having your hands right in Streamline. You want your whole body to be in Streamline. So in swimming, something that we talked about today is that, you know, if you have like a good pull, if you have a good kick, but you don't have the right body position, everything you do is going to be counteracted by your improper body position. So having a streamline is like the single most important thing in swimming, and to the point that a lot of like swim teams are actually like named Streamline because it's literally so important. Swimming is a very unique sport because you're doing it in a body of water that has a lot of viscosity and density, and you need to be able to learn how to use that properly in order to move quickly in the water. Okay, so when you're in Streamline, you want your whole body to be in Streamline. So you want your core super tight, and you want to feel like your like rib cage is almost being like lifted up. So it's not arched, it's lifted up, and it shouldn't be comfortable. So everything is tight, whole body super tight, and this is how you want to be in the water. You want to swim as tall as you can. You want to be as tall as you can. So that's the first thing. The second thing, actually no. Okay, so the drill that we did to work on our Streamline was Streamline on your back kicking. Okay, so you're gonna hold your Streamline. This is what your hands look like when you're holding Streamline. Hold Streamline on your back, and you're just gonna kick, nice and easy, feeling that the extension through your upper back, and this is going to show you whether you have a good streamline or not. So if your streamline is good, you're not going to sink. And when I say if your streamline is good, I mean your whole body being in streamline. So a couple of things that you can do to fix sinking in the water, because inevitably probably a lot of you guys are going to experience this. The first thing I want you to do is to think, okay, where's my shoulder blades? Am I pushing down in the water with my shoulder blades? So you want to think like there's like a string attached to, these are your shoulder blades, to your shoulder blades, pulling you down to the bottom of the pool. Second, I want you to think about where are my hips, okay? So when we're doing streamline kicking on our back, you want to feel, okay, I'm pushing back from my shoulder blades, I'm not pushing from my head, I'm not pushing from my shoulders, I'm pushing from literally just the middle of your back. Okay, so you're pressing that back. And then second, are my hips up? So something that you have to do in order to keep that line is you have to like think about keeping those hips on the surface of the water. All right, third thing that we want to think about is how am I kicking? Okay, so you could have a good streamline, you could have, you know, both of those two things we just talked about, having pushing from your shoulder blades and having your hips up on the surface of the water. But if you're kicking with your knees, you're still gonna sink. So you want to kick from the hips, and there's it's a full motion. Okay, the power that comes from your kick is from, so it's a down kick, up kick, down kick, up kick. I don't even know if you can see it on this. I guess I'll stand on this. Improvising here. So okay. I don't want to break this chair. Okay. Anyways, so, oh man. All right. Down kick, up kick, down kick, up kick. And you want to make sure that your feet are driving your kick. So, yes, you kick from the hips, and yes, our like legs are mostly straight with a slight bend. So we don't want to be toy soldiers. But, you know, something that I've learned as a coach and also as a swimmer, one of the best ways in order to fix your kick and make sure your kick is right is to think about your feet. So you want to have fast feet. And something that one of my coaches told me once, that like revolutionized my kicking, is they said you want to kick in a shoebox. And so, you know, a shoebox is like yay wide. And it's not, you know, you're not kicking like this, and you're not crossing, but you're also not going like these big crocodile kicks, okay? So it's just light, fast kick on the surface. Okay, so there's that for the kicking. Wow, this is getting a long video. Okay, so that's for the Streamline. That's the first thing we do. We want to make sure our body position is good. We want to make sure we have a good kick. Okay, second thing we did today was we worked on catch-up freestyle. But we did this with a kickboard. So I'm going to use this pillow. I have a kickboard. I could go get it. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna use this pillow, okay? So I'm kicking on this kickboard like this. Kick. And when I take a stroke, I do catch, anchor, drive through, touch kickboard. Catch, anchor, drive through, touch the kickboard. And when you want to breathe, you just breathe to the side. Alright. The reason why we do this drill is when you swim freestyle, you always want to have a hand out in front of you. So you never want to be in a position where it's your shoulder is the first thing that's touching the water. Again, this kind of comes back to being streamlined in the water. Your hand is better at directing the water, making that bow wave, than your shoulder is. So, because you're going to be hitting it with your head. So you want to be like this in the water. So you take a stroke, and it also keeps you forward. Everything you do in swimming is you want to move, use your whole body, and focus on going in the forward motion. You don't want to do anything that makes you go side to side. You don't want to do anything that slows you down, gives you drag. You want to think about moving forward. So you have your hand out in front of you. Take a stroke. Take a stroke. So, and when you watch the Olympians, a lot of times you can see like they're really high on the water, and they're just like here. And it's really cool. It's fun to watch. But yeah, there's that example. Okay. I'm making this video way too long, but what's the next thing? Okay, the next thing we did was we were kicking on a kickboard. Back to kicking. Again, this is my kickboard. So you're gonna hold the kickboard at the top, and I want you to have your elbows locked and your core engaged, and you're just gonna kick on the surface like this, okay? With your head above water, and just thinking about where your hips are in the water and where your feet are in the water. I love kicking with a kickboard, and I love it like this because it forces you to think about the fact that, forces you to make sure your hips are on the surface of the water, and you can really see if you're sinking, if your legs are dragging, then you don't have good body position in the water. So if your legs are dragging, you're gonna push your feet up, and you do that by pushing your hips up. So hips, and then your feet come with it, and then you just light kick on the surface. All right, last like transition piece of this. After we did our 25s kicking, then we moved to side kicking. Okay, so I'm gonna move the camera so you can see this better. All right, so side kicking is interesting. How am I gonna do this? Okay, I'm just gonna go like this. All right, so when we're doing side kicking, you wanna be completely on your side. So notice my stomach is pointing that direction. It's kind of hard to see. I'm gonna go this way. Okay. Right? Okay, I'm completely on my side. My hand rests on the top of my hip like this, and I'm looking down. When I want to breathe, I just roll to the side. Head back down, roll to the side, head back down. Something that we talked about with this drill is when we're breathing in freestyle, we want to make sure that we're breathing just with our head turning, and we're not lifting our head. Anytime you lift your head, your hips drop, and that causes you to drag in the water, and it just makes it feel like you're drowning. And nobody wants to feel like they're drowning when they're swimming. We're swimming, we're not drowning. Okay, so we did 625 side kicking. It is a hard drill, and a lot of times when we do this drill, and when people are learning how to swim, a lot of times you do it with fins on, so you have a faster kick out in the water. You can really feel how you're moving through the water, but most people don't have fins on our tri-tube, so that's okay. Okay, then the last thing that we did was 838. So you're putting that side kicking drill to practice, but you're adding 3 strokes of freestyle. So you do 1 stroke, 2 stroke, 3 stroke, side kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What I want you guys to think about with this drill, so it's 3 strokes, 8 kicks, 3 strokes, 8 kicks. I want you to think about rotating through each stroke. So you take a stroke, take a stroke, take a stroke. If you need to pause in between, do that. You want your whole body to rotate together. You don't want your arms to rotate at a different rate than your hips, because it's gonna direct the motion. It'll slow down your motion. It'll slow down the momentum. Same thing with your pull. When we're pulling through the water, we want to make sure we catch the water, anchor, drive through. Anytime you go like an S motion like this, you catch the water, lose the water, catch the water, lose the water, and you're just slicing through. When you do that, you don't have anything that's propelling you forward except for your kick. So you want to catch the water and then keep that water all the way through with a slightly bent elbow. Keep that water so your whole forearm and upper arm is grabbing water. Drive through with the hips. Catch, anchor, drive through with the hips. And we didn't get to anything above the water today, but maybe next week we'll do another video talking about how we want to exit the water and start our catches and anchors. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great, 225s freestyle putting it all together after that. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day. Bye.